Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown.
This is Alpha.
And this is The Art of Letting Go.
Letting go. Letting go.
You gonna close out that letting go?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'll back you up. But, this is The Art of Letting Go. We are live from Xavier University right now. Sitting in the UC where many of us have sat and studied. I'm sitting here right now with Alpha, who graduated what year? 2006. I graduated 2009. We got James Woods, Dat Yoga Dude, top 40 under 40. Top 40 under 40. What year did you graduate?
2008. I got voted the best beard of 2008.
That's Crenshaw. Don't try to steal titles. So,
Wayne, look at me like, wait, what?
Voted best beard of 2008. I was voted most likely to have it going on. But we got Crenshaw in the building. Crenshaw, how you feeling being here? You graduated 2008, right?
2008.
Okay.
Yeah, man, it was a crazy experience, definitely.
Yeah, man. So it's very interesting being back because I don't know, man. I feel like a totally different person than when I was here. And, I recognize that and I see it and I feel it. And I feel it interacting with you guys. I feel it interacting with other people. So I guess I really just wanted to know how y'all feel being back.
I feel really good. This is my first time being in New Orleans sober since I was like 18. Drinking and smoking was part of going to college, and now not drinking is like, it's a whole different place out here.
Right.
So it's an interesting time for me being in the party in Xavier and not having a 40 ounce or whatever in my hand. Some Andre champagne, $2 champagne. So this is a beautiful experience, man. I'm glad to be present for it all.
Yeah, man, this is really cool too. I was actually cool with a lot of people in y'all class too. So coming back and kind of celebrating with y'all was pretty dope. And seeing some of my old friends too has been really cool too. We got to sit down and talk about coming out here before we came, me and Mike. So it was dope. The whole experience has been really cool. I got to see some family, so I'm real happy to be back in the city. It always feels good.
Yeah, man.
Whenever I get out here.
Yeah, it's interesting to see everybody as adults, and it's almost like when you were in school, you felt like you was an adult. You kind of felt grown, but then to realize wow, I didn't know shit back then. I wasn't really grown at all, because you see people like, these are people married and kids, and it's like, wow, y'all are like really adults and living that adult life. So that's very interesting to see. Like, I used to see these people twerking and shit in the club, but it's like, man, y'all are mature members of society now.
Married, kids.
But it feel the same to me.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm right back in 2007 or whatever, just seeing the people, because we all out here partying and stuff. So, nobody got their kids and family and job and work here.
It is how people just kind of fall back into those
right.
roles of who they were back then.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But you can see the growth though. Like you can see the growth in
Yeah.
people when in conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like when you really start to talk, and people got different like business. The fact that we were able to come out here and like set up tents and tables and stuff like that to really talk about what we got going on has been really is dope. Like I like to see everybody is moving in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like everybody that went to Xavier got something going on. Like one way or another, they got something rocking. So that's really motivational and inspiring. Like I'm gonna take some of this energy back to LA with me. You know what I'm saying? And really keep on. The last time I came to homecoming, I did the same thing. I went back with this energy. I was able to keep it for like 2 weeks and was just productive because of everybody I was seeing around me. So it's been it's the same thing, man. Like every time I come to New Orleans, I get recharged. Every time I come around people from Xavier, I get recharged. So I'm glad I'm out here, man.
And it's the city too. New Orleans is a creative city. It's it's just like thriving almost, because there's so much culture and just stuff coming out of it that I just get lost looking at the city. And I know that's a part of the school culture as well. So I love being in New Orleans, man. And being back with all of y'all, that's a lot of fun. Laughing at old stuff.
Right.
Doing this stupid stuff. Man, it's fun. I'm having a good time.
for me, man, being out here, it always helps me recognize my own growth. You know, like I see a lot of other people's growth, but I recognize my own, because like being here, you know, and seeing you pass out flyers and sell your shit, it made me want to pass out my flyers and sell myself. You know what I mean? So I really appreciate seeing yours, but recognizing mine as well. Like, okay, yeah, I'm ready for this. You know, whatever this is at the moment. Last time I was here, you know, it felt good. I needed people to help me lift up and shit and feel that shit. And this time around, getting that, but also being able to give that to other people felt really good to me. Like, to be able to tell people I see what they're doing, I recognize what they're doing, I appreciate what they're doing. Like, that felt good to me too, because, you know, shit, they wins are my wins, y'all wins are my wins are y'all wins, you know. So, you know, everybody getting these victories out here, definitely it felt good.
And going to the 40 over 40 thing, 40 under 40 thing, and then just seeing everybody really made me feel more connected to Xavier even more. Like, yo, this is a dope institution.
Right.
A lot of amazing people and a lot of amazing things come out of this.
Right.
And I feel honored to be a part of the Xavier tradition. And it's just amazing to see it all happen. And I was walking around a little bit, and I saw they had like a golden alumni gathering something.
All right.
So it was like the older alumni.
Yeah.
And then even the undergraduate and the kids, I call them kids, 'cause I'm old now. Like, they not even aware of the stuff that we doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's so many different levels of being a Xavier, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that, because when we was young in undergrad, we wasn't even thinking about the older alumni stuff.
Not at all.
So now it's like, oh, it's levels to this alumni thing, and I think that's just cool. And I'm like you said, taking that energy back to California and moving forward with it.
Yeah, man. I definitely didn't know what was going on before coming to my first alumni like gathering or whatever. So my grandmother went to Xavier too, and she was like Miss Xavier, like she did. I got cousins here now. I got sisters that graduated from here.
Wow.
So like it's a family tradition pretty much for us to come to Xavier. But I still didn't even recognize it. Like coming to her. After I graduated, I came back because she won the Alumnus of the Year one year.
Wow.
And I came back for her celebration, and it was really dope, but I still didn't get it. You know what I'm saying? And coming now, since they started the Young Alumni, and shout out to 1925 and everybody else who's a part of that, for starting this Young Alumni thing, it's dope. Like you said, to see what everybody's doing, to see everybody moving, and it feels like family. Like it's really a family reunion, and we coming together and we bigging each other up and we having a good time.
Right.
And I'm trying not to get too drunk because my body can't handle it like it used to. So forgive me if I come back hoarse. But it's just cool, man. Like I just love every aspect of it, and the fact that it's black folks. Like that could sound whatever, but I love being around black folks. Like I love being around black folks, and it's just dope. It's really dope to me to see successful black men and women having a good time together. No fighting, no arguing, no just everybody's having fun. Like that's you can't beat that.
Not at all.
You can't beat it, man.
And especially being in California where you don't see it as much as out here.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's a huge thing to see and be a part of and to feel black folks coming together and just celebrating the fact that we graduated college, celebrating the fact that we moving forward in life and enjoying each other. We all still look young and pretty, and it feel good to maintain, because this is on camera, right?
Yeah.
Make sure y'all see that. No, it feels good to be growing with a bunch of other people who continue to grow, and in so many different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some people growing more financially. Pause, that ain't me right now.
Other are growing spiritually.
Right, spiritually and physically.
Right.
I got a question for you, and I'm gonna commend you, man, for not drinking. Just because, and I was telling Eric earlier, it kind of bothered me seeing people offer you drinks, knowing that you're not drinking. But I want to know how you felt just being out here with that.
it makes me feel really present. I have a whole new set of eyes for New Orleans, because before it was through the eyes of being drunk. A lot of times, you're thinking about drinking. That occupies a good amount of your time and your whatever, because it's a part of the party. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. So it's like I have to really face my anxiety that I have. I have to really be social from a point of just who I am, not letting the alcohol kick in to be social. And even, like you said, bringing a Timmy Tut out here, www.princetimmytut.com. Get your book.
Yeah, absolutely.
Straight up.
It's like, okay, these are people I went to college with, I grew up with. Now I'm asking them to buy something from me, to purchase something from me, even to check out something that I produced that came out of me. Mm-hmm. That's a lot of anxiety behind that.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't have the alcohol to push me into doing that, so it really makes me go. It's just like, all right, you got to do it. You out here, let's do it. And to speak to people and stuff, because I'm like I said, I have anxiety. I can be a very shy person. So you see somebody that you kind of remembered, and you kind of, I'm gonna wait till they talk to me, or I really don't want to talk about what I'm doing right now because I just don't feel like it. But it's just, I'm here. Let me just be myself. Yeah. I was telling somebody earlier, I don't know who it was, but I feel like I'm out here naked. I don't have a lot of.
Do you feel like you're out?
I don't have a lot of the mask that I used before and the things that I used before. So I'm out here naked, and that feels good to be out here naked and then still see the parts. This is on camera, so I'm not really naked. See the parts of me that come out still. Like, okay, I still like to do this. I still like to do that. And then, I don't have to force myself to do this, force myself to do that, because I'm whatever now. So it feels good to have a different perspective out here.
Do y'all feel the same way y'all feel in LA? Like, do you feel like yourself out here?
Yeah. I say, go ahead, Crenshaw. What do you think about that?
I would say yeah, just because I don't know. I guess you kind of get to the point of realization in life where you are, like, you're yourself wherever you go. I mean, for better or for worse. The quote is great sugar free. You can't run from yourself. Where you go, there you are. Like,
but I guess kind of going back to what you were saying about people reverting back to like old ways. Do you feel like you did that?
A little bit at times, especially thinking about like the anxiety and stuff. Like, I'm typically a very reserved, kind of shy person. So like you were saying, like you may see people and you kind of go back and say, oh shit, like they were this person, like in college, like they were the popular person or whatever. You just kind of like, oh wow, that's them, and you kind of go back to like, wow, I'm this person, seeing them on this level and seeing these people interact like how they used to in the old days, and kind of like I'm still sitting back here watching everything from the outside. So, yeah, definitely so, definitely.
I feel the only thing that really changes about me when I come, because this is home for me, so my accent comes back. I get around family. I get, just it feels like home. So I do feel a little different when I'm here. Just because I get to see certain people that I never get to see, and I get to the way that I interact with my family here is different from the way I might interact with some family back home, back in LA. And so coming here, I just feel more like myself. I feel more like, like this is me, like this is how I sound. This is how I sounded when I was born. You know what I'm saying? Like this was the first, all of the accent, all of that stuff was me at first, and so. It definitely feels good to be here. That's why I said like the energy of the city makes me feel a certain kind of way. I don't get that energy in LA. I just don't.
I would say it is interesting, the feeling of like coming back home, and just because going to college is a very formative time in your life, and you kind of you go into college one person and kind of come out a different way for the rest of your life, and then you kind of go out to these other places. You come back and be like, oh wow, this is where I picked up some of these things at, and you see other people doing things that. Like, if you're back in LA, like, you may talk about something that other people might not get, but you come back here, you're like, oh, yeah, everybody gets this word that I say, or they understand this dance or whatever. And it's like, oh, wow, this is where I, changed a lot in my life. So that's a very interesting thing to see.
And I spent a lot of time alone at home, because after I graduated, I went home, and, I didn't know nobody again. I had to start over. Yeah. So it's getting back adjusted to like, okay, it's a lot of people out here that I know and can be around and stuff, so I don't have to be alone like I do like I'm at home. Right. So it's kind of readjusting to being around people, and that's different.
I kind of noticed that a little bit too. I don't talk to as many people in LA as I do here. And when I got out here, I was like, all these people I could probably reach out to and like see where they at, see what they got going on, I can catch up with. So that was definitely different. But I want to ask you the same thing, Mike. If you felt like you were different out here, or you reverted back to anything, or you just noticed anything different about yourself out here.
I think I was probably most present here. Like I was actually able to recognize just where I'm at in my life. You know what I mean? Like coming back out here and being blonde and being, you know, with my nigga and all that shit. Like I recognize all that shit in comparison to where I was 10 years ago. I was angry. You know, I was a different person. I was lying. I saw Shamir, and it made me think about, you know, people thinking that I fucked her friend, and I never said yes or no. I never told nobody nothing. I let people think that I had sex with that girl, and I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it brought up a lot of shit for me, and it also made me recognize, like, man, I'm past that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I apologize to her for that. Yeah. But yeah, it definitely showed me a lot of where I'm at today, and I really appreciate that shit.
That's what's up. I'm glad you got a chance to do that too. Yeah, like it means a lot to be able to face something like that, and then to really like get it off of you. You know, and not to say that you was carrying it on or nothing like that, but I think it's dope that you were able to release it and let her know, like, even because she might have been carrying something. Like you never know how, if she was hurt about something in the past by somebody else that might have done the same thing. So you apologizing might have meant a lot for her. So I'm glad you was able to do that, man. That's really dope. That's really dope.
It's also good just to recognize that you can go through stuff, overcome it, and, you know, become a better person. Like you were saying, like college is a very formative thing, and in that during that time you make a lot of mistakes, and you know, back in that day, that stuff was probably very important. Like you might look back now like, oh, it was just whatever, but for that time, you know, that was a big thing. That may have shaped them in a certain way. And,
absolutely.
You know,
I think about that all the time.
Yeah,
I do. So you know, I definitely try to ask for forgiveness for that, and whether somebody gives it to me or not, I know that I'm doing what's coming from the heart. So it's like whatever happens. Like I can't control that shit, but I know it definitely heals me and, you know, makes me be able to move forward by just simply recognizing that I did some fucked up shit in my life, you know, and I apologize for that shit because that's not where I'm at today, but, you know.
You can recognize that in other people, too. Like, somebody may have did something fucked up to you, and sometimes you gotta let that shit go, and you get over it and grow past it. And
definitely.
Go talk to that person, you know.
Right. And you might not even have to talk about the issue, just...
Right. Just talk. Sometimes shit just... unspoken stuff just kind of goes settled when you just kind of address the person and see them for who they are. Y'all can just kind of like an unspoken thing, like whatever. But this is who we are now. So
that's cool, man.
Like this is probably the most free I've ever felt being at this school. You know, I think about where I was at when I came here to where I'm at today. Like I was out here introducing people to a boyfriend. You know what I mean? Like, just the idea of even having one is just like, you know, if you would have told 18, 22-year-old me that I'd be here, I definitely would have been like, man, fuck no. You know, I would have fought this, you know? So I appreciate my own growth.
How do people receive it?
A lot of people I felt were very open to it. I feel like it showed me where I stand with people, with human beings in general. You know, a lot of times because I didn't love myself, I felt like people didn't love me. But I feel so much love being around people. You know, people show me how they feel about me, like just people sharing their experiences with me, you know, about me, or just like any of that shit, like people's excitement when they see me. Because sometimes I don't be all that excited like that to see me. So, you know.
Yeah, sometimes you do feel that everybody sees you the way you see you, and sometimes it's good to realize that they don't.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, thank God.
Right.
It helps in seeing yourself better though. Like when people tell you how they feel about you, like I take in more of those thoughts and release more of the ones that just don't make sense no more. Like, you know, all the negative shit that I've seen in myself, that shit just don't make sense no more. So, You know, it's like, well, let me take in more of this good.
Right.
Yeah, a lot of people have been very open to just me in general as a person and telling me how they feel about me. And, you know, I love that shit. And I love everybody that has ever impacted me in my life in any way.
Yeah. That's love, man. That's what's up. That sounds like, from what I gather from what everybody is sharing, it sounds like a lot of healing happened.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fact of getting over the anxiety of being able to apologize and even getting a word from different people and facing certain people that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's a lot of healing that comes out of this situation. So I'm glad that we even took the time to come and sit down and talk about it. Right. Because, you know, you can come to homecoming and go back home and just keep moving, you know what I'm saying? So the fact that we were able to sit down and address, like, this is what happened, this is how I feel about what happened, and it's dope, man. Like, all of this is I'm so grateful to be a part of this podcast, and like I say it all the time, to be a part of a group of brothers that are willing to share everything, and just so that we can clear the air, get it off of us to help us heal, and also to help other people heal. I think it's amazing, man. So salute to all y'all brothers. We'll talk.
Yeah, we are all doing stuff that impacts people that we don't see on a daily basis, people that are in the community. The social media piece where people, it's like, yo, I follow you, or I listen to your thing, or I just saying I know what's going on in your life too. The part that you show is huge, and connecting and staying connected with people, with the Xavier community, and then just that impact is amazing. So to have that come full circle and see the people in person and connect with them in person is just like it's a huge thing. It's a healing thing, as you said. It really is a healing thing. Because we all going through it. You know, we want to come back from homecoming and just a lot of times take our mind off what we left behind at the usual 9 to 5 stuff. We want to relive them funny moments and get loaded and party, and which is all what we supposed to do at homecoming. I can nuck if you buck all day long. Right. But then when we have this chance, as you said, to speak about it, we move forward with growth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, taking that time to recognize feelings, emotions, thoughts, and all that, and just taking a step back to look at them, and not kind of like you were saying with the alcohol and all that, not just kind of going through it with the little blinders or lens on, but really taking the time to actually see yourself in these situations and in these moments. So,
and more so than alcohol, honestly, is just the women. Just being in college, always on the pursuit of women, and now it's like, okay, I don't have a chance to really talk to you and get to know you. Not trying to pursue you sexually. Right. So it's like, hey, I see you as a person, not as an object to.
Yeah, definitely.
Do that. So it's just a couple of different lenses that have been removed that brought me presently here today, and that's like, okay, cool. I look forward to the next.
Nice. Yeah, coming. Cool. Anybody got anything else they want to kind of share, get off?
Man, I just I want to thank everybody that came out to homecoming this year, that I was able to connect with, engage with. Everybody that inspired me, encouraged me to keep going. The only thing I can say is just fucking keep following your dreams, and whatever you chasing, you gonna get there, because I'm trying to get there too. And I'm on my way there. I'm in pursuit. I'm doing this in real time. You doing it too. So, you know, keep going, and we all gonna get to where we need to go.
Yeah. And just to add to that, no one here is doing anything alone. And at times it feels like you're by yourself in whatever it is you're pursuing, especially if it's a dream. And so talk to folks, you know what I'm saying? Let people know what's going on with you if something's going on. And even, just smile. Like, a smile goes a long way sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Even if you're just smiling at yourself in the mirror. But you're never alone in anything that you're doing. So I just wanted to share that, because I know that I can definitely isolate myself sometimes. But coming out here and being around people definitely lets me know that I'm not by myself. Even like you were saying, James, people asking, "Oh, you doing this? I saw you on this on social media." And, you know, that check-in lets me know too. Like, okay, like y'all are paying attention to me, and I really appreciate. I really appreciate that.
And there's also things like it don't have to be once a year that you talk to people. It's like sometimes you see people reach out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have to just be at homecoming. You know, take these new growths and new relationships and, you know, develop those. It ain't saying that you have to, you know, become best friends again with people, but, you know, you see somebody doing something online, hit them up. How y'all doing? What's going on, man? This is cool. I see you moving out here.
Thumbs up emoji. Give me something, please. I want to know.
Try to engage again, man.
And, you know, and it's on my work to do the same thing back to you.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Straight up, man.
Expect some random messages.
Right. Like, hey, I don't want nothing. Just say hey. You ain't even gotta text me back.
That's you.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Oh man. Well, where can the people find y'all at as far as social media and everything goes?
You can find me in the club. No, you can find me. I would like to thank you, as you said, 1925 Society for putting this together, the Alumni Society for making this a really dope experience. It ain't like the barn, but it's still, you know.
Right. That was the ultimate turn right there.
Shout out to Victor Jones for nominating me for the 40 under 40. Really appreciate that. And shout out to all the other people, whoever I encountered at Xavier, that helped to formulate me into the person I'm becoming now. Dat Yoga Dude, DATYOGADUDE. Instagram. I'm slurring and leaning.
Right.
Swearing drink. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all that. www.princetimmytut.com. All those places. Love to hear, just like I said, anything from you. And I'll definitely respond, and I hope to be sending some messages to all of y'all too.
Nice. Crenshaw.
Instagram Crenshaw_Rashad. Yeah, man, reach out. I'll reach out too. Just say what's up. Hope everybody's feeling well.
Mr. Brown.
You can find me at Just Mike Brown on all social media. You can find me at PrimoMiguel.com for all music. Anything that you're looking for is out there on all streaming services. Where can the people find you?
I just want to highlight the sexy telephone voice you got. Just want to highlight that real quick. I feel you. I see you, bro.
That's for the listener.
Right.
New viewers, right?
Right. Straight up. You can find me on Alpha ALFPHA _presents on all social media. You can find the Art of Letting Go podcast on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube.
So y'all on
also Google Play. Yes,
Google
we are
Play.
on Google Play now.
Nice. And we will be still doing some stuff at 1925 Society, posting different videos, and we'll probably do a recap when we get back to LA about homecoming and just share some different stuff. So we look forward to doing that. And thank you again for allowing us to team up with you guys. It's really appreciated.
You gonna take us out?
There you go.
Can we do it all like a choir?
We can.
1, 2, 3.
Let it go. Let it go. We just gonna let that one go. We just gonna let it go for real. We gonna let it go for real. All right, y'all. Peace.
Yeah. That was fun.